Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for having me up here again. I am not going to tell you all the details about what happened because I'm going to get in even more trouble than I got in this session, but I just want to say, let me just tell you something. When I came up here last fall, I mean, like Shane just said, it really was a very renewing experience. I mean, to come out here and have all those meetings we had within that 24-hour period of time, and to be able to spend all that time with so many committed activists on such an important issue, it really renewed my faith in the political process. It was an amazing experience for me last fall to be able to spend that time with you guys, and it meant a lot to me to see, because we've been pushing these bills to ban fracking for years. Senator Raskin, now Congressman Raskin, and I in the Senate, and Roger Mano, who I hear may be running for a new office, and I think you should take a hard look. Let me tell you something, in the Senate, just to take a quick step aside, there's nobody who I worked harder with in the General Assembly on this issue than Roger Mano. This would not have happened without Roger Mano, I tell you that. I'm not sure what that means, but whatever it is. So, let me just say, and coming up here and seeing just hundreds of you guys that are so committed to this area and being able to spend that time, it really gave me the push that I needed to make, and I was able to share these stories and talk about how many people were committed to this cause. I mean, it was fantastic. So the only thing I can really say is we won because of all of you. Your efforts, I hate Facebook, but all your Facebooking, your tweeting, whatever that is, all the stuff that you guys did online, in the papers, and having all these folks calling and writing. I mean, every day you guys were in Annapolis this session, badgering the living daylights out of legislators, which was beautiful. I was like, I'm sorry, it's not me, I'm not doing it. It's and it worked, and it shows how, like you were saying, it shows how a committed group of citizens really can change the process. We're just the vessel for what you guys did. I mean, really, we were a sideshow for the incredible activism that engaged Mountain Maryland and Citizen Shale and all the environmental groups. It was because of you that we won. So, my history in this is long. This year was, when I first came up, I remember you guys asked me, I don't remember which of you guys, Eric, asked me, well, what's the strategy for getting this done? It was Eric. We were having dinner over at Will-O-the-Wisp, and he said, well, what's the strategy? We really got to plan this out. I said, listen, there is literally no way I can tell you how this is going to work. I have no idea we know where we're going to start, and we know where we're going to try to get to, and I have no idea where it's going to go from there. But the guys in the House, David and Shane in particular, pushed this thing out of the House of Delegates with a huge vote, and it just had incredible momentum. These guys have been working on this for years too. This would not have happened without these two guys. I mean, it never would have happened. And they did exactly what they needed to do. They got it to us early, because we were the problem. The Senate was the problem, as we talked about when I was here. We had leadership that was not necessarily on board, but they gave us a huge push. You guys gave us a push, right, by getting Mountain Lake and Friendsville and Frostburg in the middle of session, and all of a sudden Baltimore City, which apparently they were very concerned about all the shale underneath Baltimore City. We banned it there too. My county, Baltimore County, banned it. It was beautiful. We don't have any shale there either, but nonetheless. And there was momentum, right? It was great. All these things are happening. These guys got a huge bill out, comes over to the Senate, and we got problems. And as Roger may or may not tell you in his private meetings as he's running around, doing town hall meetings, we had some issues within our Democratic caucus. Let's just say there were some spirited debates on this issue. Let's just put it that way. And it just, we had Plan B and Plan C and Plan D, and Mano and I were texting each other during caucus. He's like, you bring it up. I'm like, no, you bring it up. It's your turn to get in trouble. So, I mean, it's like, we're both chairs of committees, and we're like, we got to bring it up. Somebody's got to bring it up. So, next thing you know, so we have the bill over. All these things are going on. And in the middle of the committee, Roger and I are there, and the chair of the Education, Health, and Environmental Affairs Committee, in front of all of you guys, says, well, we don't need 24 votes, we need 29 votes, because the governor's going to veto the bill. And if you get me 29 votes, I'll pass the damn bill today. I'm like, ooh, that's an opportunity. Okay. So then we all of a sudden we kind of targeted, we needed 5 more people, to jump on, or the governor. Because obviously you don't need a governor veto number if the governor's going to jump on board. And all of a sudden on a Friday at about 3 o'clock I get this harried call from the governor's staff. The governor's on board with your fracking ban. I'm like, it's like, he needs you for a press conference. That didn't go as well as I would have liked to have gone. But it doesn't matter, because they had a press conference, he announced it, and then we went to Joan in the next one, right? We're like, you said we needed 29 votes. He's not vetoing it, it's time to move. And that's when it all came down. Once the governor jumped on board, and Brian Simonaire, who's a Republican from Anne Arundel County, who was gung-ho fracking until he actually, you remember it. He listened to all these stories about these health issues, and his mouth, I looked at him, I'm talking about like leukemia or something, and really serious stuff, and I look over and everyone's, paying attention, but Simonaire's like, he has his mouth agape, and we gave him all the studies, and he jumped on board too, and all of a sudden it happened, and who knew, right? Who knew that's the way it was going to go? So all I can say is, I just want to thank all of you again. I could go on. This is going to be a great book. I'm telling you, it's going to be a great book about all the things that actually happened here. But at the end of the day, we did something together really big. The first state in the country with the legislature and the governor in a bipartisan way actually doing it. New York did it because Cuomo's against it, just executive order. Vermont did it, but they don't have any shale there, so it's not really much of a, it's a nice statement, but we're the first state in the country to do this together this way, and it's because of all of you. So I've talked too long. Thank you all so much for all of this.